Hey, Cuz Strickland back with you again, More Turkey Academy. You got questions, we got answers, and always remember, in turkey hunting, there are no absolutes. All right, so you got a turkey that's hung up and you think it's a barrier. Well, there's all kinds of barriers. When you think of barriers, a lot of times you think of a creek, a ditch, a barbed wire fence. It can be a fallen log. They're all different. That's one reason why anytime you see me in the turkey woods, I'm gonna have binos on, and I bring them up pretty tight, so I hadn't got to make a big move to look. And if you're lucky enough to see what the barrier is, it's an easy fix. If he got to that point and ain't coming anymore, just shut up and let him ease away. Now, that's easy if you can see him. If not, then you're gonna have all these things going on in your head. Well, what hung him up? If he comes to a spot and you know he didn't come any further, just sit it out. Now, what's that time limit? I don't know. But if you don't hear anything from him, and you can hear pretty good, you don't hear any drumming, you don't hear any turkey sounds, any clucks, yelps, nothing. After that, whatever length of time it is you think's right, ease that way. And you're gonna probably find what held him up. You need to get far enough away from the obstruction where he doesn't think, well, that's just you calling or that's just a hen in the same spot. Find the obstruction or whatever it was, get to one side, maybe 100 yards away from it or 200 yards, and try again. Hopefully, you fool him the second time. I do it with a tube call. You can do it with anything. Bap, 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 really loud, two or three sharp, really loud notes that's gonna pierce his ears and the air and everything else to get that shot gobble. Now, the difference in doing it that way and easing around and doing an owl and a crow, when you do that, you're gonna get some responses. If you can get that pitch and that volume out there loud enough, you gotta be ready to sit down. You gotta be ready. So I don't ease up the ridge or walk down the side of a field blowing and tooting on the tube call. I'll ease up to a spot and say, man, I think my sound will carry way back here. I could sit right there if I had to. That's got good shade, that's got good back cover. You kind of got to do those things before you shot gobble. I personally prefer to use a loud cut turkey sound, thinking I can provoke more gobbles than not. Again, no absolutes.
The middle of the day hunting is typically your chances of calling one up, if you strike him, make him gobble, are much better than they are at daylight and earlier. So I'll say that in afternoons too. Depends on the terrain, middle of the day, what I would do. If it is a wide open area, I would just try to, use what you can to stay next to some thickets. I would tend to not count on one answering you as much as stop, call, be patient, keep your eyes peeled, then maybe get up and move. But I think one of those midday things not considered a lot is what does that terrain look? I think that'll dictate more what you should try in the middle of the day is what does the land look like where you are.